Hey everyone, welcome back to Zahner Honey Farm. Again, I'm Zach Zahner, and today I just wanted to be going over the first overview of how the bees are going to be doing, or how they are doing, as far as 24 hours after putting them in the hive. Like I told you guys, every day I'm out here, I'm going to be videoing everything. I'll be talking to you about a variety of different things, not just the bees sometimes. We'll see what that morphs into, but every day I'm out here, I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly what I'm doing with them, showing you how they're doing, so that way you guys are actually caught up with not only learning about bees and seeing what I'm doing, it's just something interesting to you, or maybe you also, if you wanted any honey down the road, you could possibly be seeing like, oh hey, look, he's got a lot of honey, and I could probably be asking him like if I could have any. So yeah, I did go to the hive last night just to kind of see where things were going, because as I showed you guys yesterday, the queen that I got in my package was dead. I did learn yesterday, like I told you, I don't want to be totally a jackass on camera, but I'm learning a few things still. The white dot on the back of the queen, that's just to mark her amongst the other bees so you can tell. However, she is dead. And on the good news is though, the guy I got the order from, who did order the bees through Farm and Fleet, he called me back actually earlier today during work, and he told me that he's got another one coming on Tuesday. So good news is I got another queen coming, and I am kind of an impatient kind of person, so I actually already called another bee supplier that's away from me about an hour and a half, and I'm actually going to be getting another package of bees. That's another 3-pound package, usually about 8,000 to 10,000 bees. As you guys saw, I had a lot of dead bees, but I actually just looked at them before I started the video. There's a lot of them still in the cage. If you can't see already, I put the entrance feeder, or I put the cage that they came in at the entrance to feed them into the hive, and I left them there, but they seem to not want to come out. I think there's still some bee feed that's still in on the inside of that cage that they don't want to let go. Last night they were all, and this morning when I looked at them, they were all inside the hive because it was so cold. Because right now it's about I want to say like 54 degrees, and last night it got down to about I want to say like 46 or something like that. It's going to be even getting colder, so you guys are going to see how they're going to be reacting to such cold temperatures, which they're fine. We just want to keep a lot of moisture off of them when it does get cold, and and when it does get colder, they're just going to be more dormant on the inside, which is why I also left them bee feed chunks that came in the cage in there so they would have a good supply. And then when that runs out, all I got to do is mix 1 part for 1 part sugar water. So let that dissolve for a little bit, and then I actually have an in-frame feeder, which once I have to install that, I'll show you guys. But yeah, so I'll be showing you guys exactly what I'm looking at. And so here we are. They're all clustered up here on the cage, like I said, and they apparently don't want to leave their first home, I guess. Oh, also, quick note before I go any further, you can actually see how calm these bees are and how I am. Yesterday I wore the veil just to see, because I didn't know how hostile they were going to be, but Italian bees are known for being calm. That's why I got them. I'm actually so comfortable with them now that they land on me. They don't sting right away. Just as long as I move calm with them and smooth, they have no problems. But as I was showing you guys, the bees are actually clustered in up here, and when I flipped the cage a little bit ago, that side over there on the left is a bunch of dead ones, but those are all live bees right there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to shake the rest of them in there, and I'm not going to wear the veil doing it this time. and I'll do that in a minute. I kind of want to show you before I get into that how these guys are doing inside the hive, the ones that are in there. So I'm going to take off the lid, and then I'll bring it back there. So I always, when I pull it off, I always lay it like this because they tend to fly up through the ventilation hole on the inner cover. They always fly up through that hole. Yep, I got stung. Damn it. That's gonna happen a lot. Probably, I don't know. See, when I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's the stinger and the venom sac. So this is a first time learning curve. All you gotta do is wipe it out, and then the venom does not go in, and then you don't swell up or anything. So see, I got it out without puncturing the venom sac and putting any venom in. There we go. See, I got comfortable, but it's just a quick sting. It's not nothing bad. Let's get the rest of that stinger out. And it's fine. All right, so anyway, that's why I do that. So now that I have the inner and outer covers off, as you see me becoming a jackass from getting stung. So those are all the dead ones, and I know it looks like a lot, but mind you, I have another package that I'm gonna put in. So see, I left the bee feed in there, and they seem to be eating that up pretty well. There's some down still on that bottom, and then a sludge of it down there. That's the queen cage. If you guys didn't see the video yesterday, she's dead in there, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see that I'm not crazy. That is the dead queen sitting in a little cage. And if I can zoom this out. So, well, I don't know why she died. Nobody knows. I was really hoping she was dormant, and I was wrong yesterday, but she's dead. So if we take this frame and separate it a little bit, you guys can see that they have bunched up in a massive wad right down, if it'll focus right, down in that frame. And they are keeping warm right now because it is so cooler out. And what they're also doing is they could be making what's called brood, which is where they keep their storages. When there's a queen, she'll lay eggs and all that and stuff like that. They're also on this side. So they have really bunched up in this one corner. And they are just working away, doing their thing. No, they didn't fly away, so that's good. There have been beekeepers I have seen that they went to go install a cage, and for whatever reason, their bees, without a queen, flew away. So I've seen that, but they obviously didn't like their home. So I'm going to be shaking those in. Hopefully I don't get stung again, but it hurts like a son of a bitch, but it goes away really quick. Because they need to learn that this is not their home. Yep, they're a little pissed. That's okay. That's okay. Yep. So I'm gonna see how shaking them up a little bit, knocking some of them in there does. I broke them loose off of that corner where you saw them bunched up. And what I did was, you'll see that they're not all clustered in on this one thing. Now, there's a lot of them flying around now. When I did that, I obviously pissed them off, but they're not stinging away. They're not doing anything. It really, I mean, you have to, one has to really not like you for you to like get stung like that. So I must have like, maybe he landed on my finger and I didn't see it, and I might have pinched him almost. That could have been the reason why. But who knows? It'll happen from time to time. I assumed I was going to get stung. So thank God I'm not allergic. That'd have been really bad. So, see, there's still some in there. I'm trying to get them to finally come out. Yeah. Overall, it's about a week for them to get settled in the hive. Like, they're like, this is home now. And it's, I think they said like 3 to 5 days, the first 3 to 5 days out of that week, they're not gonna, it's gonna take them to like get used to, or they're to get in there. And after a week, they should be like really settled in. So, as you can see, they're still not wanting to come out of that cage all the way. But hopefully over the next several days, you guys will see, like, when I'm out here, that maybe they'll finally leave that cage. I'm going to leave it there, I think, until they're all out of it. I don't want to piss them off too much. Part of, like, some of the things that I've seen with beekeeping is that every time you disturb them, it kind of messes up their process of anything they got going on. You know, it'd be like if somebody ran in your house and shot a gun. Well, you didn't even know. Well, that's me going in their house and shooting a gun. It's shaking them up, moving them around. They're trying to do their thing, and anytime you go in there, you're disturbing them. It's part of the process, but you got to do it. So I'm trying not to mess with them too much because they got to get used to their new home and stuff like that. But luckily, as I said earlier, I got a new queen coming for this hive, and then I think in a week, I think the other bee farmer that I called, he said that the package would be ready in a week for pickup, roughly. So you guys will actually see me take out another one of these boxes. I'm gonna have to go buy another bottom board and a top lid, but I'm actually once I get that, I think what I'm gonna do is, depending on how well they're doing, by the time I do that, I might either combine it and just leave that one and see how the two, because like bees are bees and they'll all communicate under. But see, the thing is with that new package, I'm gonna be getting a queen with it too. So I think I'll just install the new queen on this one, and then probably with the new package of bees with the queen that's coming, I'll probably just bring in another box and have 2 hives going. So I'll have another pallet. The reason why it's actually on a pallet is for like moisture, water, if it rains and stuff like that, it's not down on the ground. One of the biggest problems you want to do with, or you have with beekeeping, is that you want to make sure that, because the bees are going to try and moderate the heat and cool. See, they're bunching up right now because it's cold, but in the summertime, everything's bloomed, so they have a reason to be outside of it, and they're not going to be trying to stay inside because of the heat. Because when it's 95 degrees, see, they're not going to want to be in there, because on the flip side, in the wintertime, they're going to want to be in there because they generate so much heat being in there. And you'll see me winterize it a little bit better. I've got a few ideas for when that comes around, but they're actually going to generate their own heat, and I'm going to put some insulation around there so it stays in there. But the other thing they do is they try to regulate the moisture, because if there's too much moisture, their brood and their reserve comb for what I will be harvesting eventually, that can all go bad. It can get moldy. It can attract bugs and stuff like that. It can have all kinds of problems if there's too much moisture. You'll probably never see a beekeeper raising bees around a swamp. So, I mean, like down in the deep south. They need to have like an open, ventilated area, you know, and that's why there's a ventilation hole in the top, so that it's not just letting moisture out, but the heat too, because if it gets too hot in there, it's a problem. Too moist, it's a problem. Too cold, it's a problem. So everything's got to be just right. You know, we all want to be comfortable. They want to be comfortable too. So I'm thinking I'll probably give you guys one last overlook of how these guys are doing. If you guys haven't seen this already, see, they're still wanting to stay around this cage. And I'm thinking if they don't leave it eventually, what I'm probably going to have to do is, because I know it's going to piss them off, is I'm probably going to put that veil on just because of how much I'm going to piss them off. And I'm probably just going to shake the ever living crap out of this thing until they all fall in there. And then I'm going to get rid of the damn cage. But we'll see how long it takes for them to get out of there. I think there's other bee feed stuff in there too that they're eating on. So that's not a bad thing to have around, because the more of this jelly crap that they eat, the better, until it warms up for them to go and get their own shit. So something I was thinking about was like, I'm the kind of like person that's like every bee counts. So like you see how this is the frame where the inner lid or the inner cover works on. I try not to smash them too much when I put it on. So I think, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up using the smoker to kind of push them off, because a smoker, again, resembles to them a forest fire, and that's why they fly away from it. I've smoked them a few times. They don't seem to be too affected by it. I really got to puff it on them, but when I go to put that outer cover on, I like to put it on real quick, but I'm going to smoke the ever-living crap out of them to get them off of that, so I don't squish too many, because again, I try to keep as many bees as possible, because the more of them there are, the more honey's being made, and the better they're going to be off together. So everything they do is a team effort. I think these guys are getting fat and happy right on the edge of this feeder thing, just eating away at it. I'm only filming on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, so this is pretty good video quality. If you guys see any issues with the video quality, the audio quality, connections, I know I had some connection issues yesterday because I was still attached to Wi-Fi, but I was far from the house. Just let me know. I can try to like make things better, figure something new out. When you put this on, if you look down here, there's a little bitty hole. That piece is actually a separate wooden piece that is called an entrance reducer, and what it's meant to do is to keep it like not be completely open, because it'll allow them to stay inside as long as possible. Yeah, I've had the lid open for a long time, but it's cold out here, so they want to stay as close to each other as possible. So I have no fear about them leaving or doing anything crazy. So yep, that's pretty much all I wanted to do, was just kind of show you that like they're really just working away, they're doing their thing. They're trying to stay warm right now, because it's not like freezing out, it's just cool enough to where it's not comfortable. As you can see, I got a jacket on, so you know, they're bare ass naked, so I can only imagine how they're feeling. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this lid back on, and we'll go from there, and we'll see how they're doing tomorrow. If you guys are liking the videos and stuff like that, you know, let me know. If you're not liking the videos, let me know. So I'm just trying to show you guys something cool and see where it goes, and hopefully by summertime we've got some good honey going, and I can get you all some, whoever wants some. I'm hoping this will be a lot of fun. So if you guys have any comments or concerns or questions, ask me anything. If you're watching this and you don't know me, ask any questions that you want to know. Anything about me personally. It doesn't have to be about bees, beekeeping, honey, none of that crap. It can be any kind of question. Just let me know. You can go on the page and message me. You can go on my personal Facebook and message me. It doesn't really matter. I'm cool with anything. So stay tuned. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody, tell a stranger. I don't care. Let's get some more people watching, more people on this, and I can use all the help and support I can get. If you know any beekeepers, got some advice, something like that, let me know. I'm open to anything. So I'm just a humble learner, and I'm learning as I go, and we'll see what happens. So thanks, guys.